Most people eating yogurt every morning have no idea what's actually in it. We independently audited 7 popular brands, and one product marketed as healthy packed more sugar per serving than some candy bars. Worse, several organic and premium labels actually scored below budget competitors. We're counting down from concerning to most shocking, then revealing 3 brands that are actually safe. Starting at number 7. Number 7, you probably throw this 5.3 ounce cup of Dannon Oikos 000 Greek yogurt into your gym bag to avoid sugar. The front of the cup makes the promise. The back of the cup tells the story. An audit confirms 0 grams of added sugar, but the actual ingredients list erythritol, stevia, locust bean gum, and pectin. These additives function as sweeteners and thickeners, creating an unusually uniform texture with intense spoon cling. Oikos carries the voluntary IDFA Live and Active Culture seal, distinguishing it from basic federal minimums. Sourcing these stabilizers is a corporate margin strategy for Danone, which posted $32 billion in 2025 revenue. 0 sugar is a number, it is not a clean label guarantee. Number 6, you recognize this cartoon-packed plastic sleeve. Yoplait Go-Gurt Strawberry is the classic lunchbox companion designed for hands-free convenience. But tear open this 4-ounce tube and the audit reveals a different story. Consumer Reports records 9 grams of added sugar packed into this single squeeze, placing it just under our 10-gram editorial alert band. The ingredient panel exposes how the supply chain maintains this texture, listing corn syrup, pectin, guar gum, and natural flavors. The manufacturer's FAQ boasts no high fructose corn syrup. That claim avoids one sweetener. It does not erase the sugar. To scale operations, General Mills sold its U.S. yogurt division to Giant Lactalis in 2025, leaving consumers with corporate sugar in a kid's tube. Number 5, you find this in the UK refrigerated aisle, packaged as a 120-gram snack. The Nestle Rolo Mix-In Toffee Yogurt crosses the line directly into candy. Action on Sugar's 2021 survey documented 22 grams of total sugar in this single serving. Normalized per 100 grams, that is over 18 grams of sugar. Music. The label lists actual milk chocolate toffee pieces, artificial colorants, and starch stabilizers. There is no mention of active culture counts or probiotic certifications on the packaging. Nestle uses its massive global dairy scale to manufacture these dessert-like products, treating nutrition as secondary to shelf stability. When the mix-in is candy, the yogurt label is doing less work than the candy label. Number 4, you buy Plum Organics Greek yogurt pouches because the package promises organic grass-fed ingredients for your toddler, but the supply chain demands active vigilance. Plum Organics publishes lot-specific heavy metal data on its website, showing mostly clean results. Yet the company's own reports record a lead concentration of 6 parts per billion in batches dated October 2026. This meets California's strict disclosure threshold, but remains below the FDA's non-binding 10 parts per billion action level for toddler foods. Sun-Maid Growers of California acquired this brand in July 2026, but corporate acquisitions do not guarantee batch-to-batch consistency. Testing requires accredited ISO labs, not passive trust. A test report earns trust only when shoppers can connect the number to the pouch in their hand. Number 3, you reach for raw farm yogurt because the Farm Direct label promises an authentic, unprocessed route from the pasture to your refrigerator. But on April 2nd, 2026, the FDA recorded an official voluntary recall for raw farm products, marking an unresolved safety threat. The federal notice does not specify the exact biological health risk, so you cannot use texture, smell, or pooled whey to diagnose the hazard. Because raw farm operates as a private family enterprise, there are no public annual revenue reports to audit, leaving the regulatory record as your only line of defense. Music. If this is already changing how you look at the dairy aisle, you're about halfway through. The next brands get more serious. Music. A farm story can build trust. Only a cleared lot can restore it. Number 2, you pay a premium for the thick artisanal look of Noosa whole milk yogurt in its 8-ounce cup. The front label promises a rich Australian-style treat, but the industry uses an indulgent formula to create this premium impression. An audit of the ingredients reveals 13 grams of added sugar per serving, exceeding our 10-gram editorial alert threshold. Turn the tub over and you will find cane sugar, pectin, and gelatin. Label verification confirms gelatin is active in this recipe, serving as a structural shortcut to mimic traditional dairy density. The resulting soft, spoon-clinging gel and pooled whey are sensory clues of this heavy stabilization. Noosa does not display the voluntary leaven active culture seal on its packaging, leaving its microbial counts without independent verification. The supply chain sells you luxury but delivers a dessert. Music. Creamy is a texture claim. It is not a nutrition claim. And finally, in first place, Chobani Zero Sugar Strawberry Greek Yogurt. You buy this premium cup because it promises zero sugar and high protein nutrition, but the back panel lists a complex formula containing allulose, monk fruit extract, guar gum, locust bean gum, and pectin. In July 2026, the 7th Circuit Court of Appeals revived a class action lawsuit against Chobani. The court ruled that allulose, a monosaccharide, technically counts as sugar under federal labeling definitions, making the zero sugar claim legally vulnerable. While Chobani carries the voluntary IDFA Live in Active Culture seal, this industry benchmark is not an FDA guarantee of health benefits. The supply chain uses these engineered sweeteners to protect corporate margins. Private equity estimates value Chobani at $20 billion, with $3.6 billion in trailing revenue. Chobani defended its label by citing draft FDA guidance, but refused to release raw testing data as of late 2024. The strongest health halo belongs to the label. The strongest evidence belongs on the back. Another great option, Siggi's Skyr Plain, 2%. You pay a higher price for this cup, accepting a denser, tangier texture as an honest trade-off for genuine simplicity. The label lists 5 or fewer ingredients, with skim milk, cream, and active live cultures forming the core. There are no gums, pectin, or starches here. A package audit confirms approximately 5 grams of sugar per serving. Siggi's displays the voluntary IDFA Live and Active Culture seal, proving its microbial strength. While multinational Lactalis acquired the brand, the slow-cultured Skyr process remains unchanged. Music. Here the thickness comes from the process, not a crowded ingredient panel. In second place on our safe list, Stonyfield Organic Plain Greek Yogurt. You trust this cup because of the USDA organic mark. Plain Stonyfield delivers, containing only 4 grams of sugar and 5 or fewer ingredients. There are no synthetic thickeners here. It ranks second because formal certification beats vague natural marketing, though you trade off a higher price and shorter shelf life. While the supply chain hides that French giant Lactalis bought this brand for $875 million, the simple recipe remains intact. Organic tells you about the production standard. The ingredient list tells you what you are eating. And finally, in first place on our safe list, Phage Total Plain Greek Yogurt, 2%. You pay a higher price for this cup, but the dense, authentic texture comes from traditional Greek straining that removes watery whey, not from added gums or starches. The ingredient panel lists only milk and active live cultures, keeping total sugars to just 4 grams per serving with 0 added sweeteners of any kind. Phage carries the voluntary IDFA Live and Active Culture seal, proving its true microbial strength to consumers. While this privately held brand demands a higher shelf price and delivers a noticeably tangier profile, these remain honest trade-offs. The premium is justified only when it buys a verifiable process, not a louder package. Across these 10 brands, one truth emerges. Premium pricing is a marketing illusion. The corporate supply chain hides behind rustic labels, replacing traditional fermentation with cheap chemical thickeners. You must look at the ingredients, not the front of the cup. Like this video and subscribe for more food investigations.